Hello family. Right, I still haven't even got done what I wanted to do today, which was do the unit, because I have a unit that is to go underneath the sink that will hide all of the pipes, even though they look nice. Look how nice and painted and pretty they are. Yeah, but tomorrow or whenever, because I thought, yeah, give it a nice little clean. And I've had this toilet seat about a week, and somebody was nice enough to fit it for me, but they didn't do a great job, so I've had to dismantle it, and I'm going to redo it again myself, because when they did it, every time if someone comes to visit, I'm having to let them know, you know what, be careful when you sit on the seat in the toilet, because it was really like doing all of this. And yeah, my mum came round and her joints and muscles are not like great where she's getting older. Definitely old enough in regards to like freedom pass kind of age. And people of that kind of genre, they sometimes have to literally allow gravity to aid them to sit down, because they don't have the muscle power anymore to, do a controlled squat. So yeah, when I bought this, well, before I had the same toilet seat pattern. The only reason, as you can see, it kind of complements the lines on the radiator. So that's why I was particular in getting this style. And the old one became really bad because it's not solid wood, it's just like a chipboard pressed and laminated. So over time, where I had issues with all of the damp and moisture condensation, it really started peeling apart, and kept it for as long as I could, and it only cost me a tenner. But then I thought, yeah, I'll go back and get another one, get the same one, and yeah, the quality of the make is not exactly the same. Um, the brackets seem to be a bit more flimsy. One of them, for some reason, is really wiggling, so I might have to keep retightening it every so often, because with motion it affects the screws, and yeah, it's a little bit annoying because the old one was solid, it didn't budge. Let me show you. Right here, which is really the issue, is this. Let me show you, because the size of the toilet is cool, but it's the back bit with these bloody brackets. They assume to sit in at the front. That's the way the other person did it, where if you look, there's these kind of pieces that are on hinges, and the person, I'm not naming and shaming who it was, but they've put them at the front, which you'd think is the obvious way to do it, because it folds nicely underneath when you open the seat. But the issue is, for it to line up with the actual frame of the toilet, so it's nicely and flush, the brackets don't actually sit in place. There's actually, look, you can see, if I can, my gosh, get my camera skills, get my camera skills on point. Let's try this way. You can see the holes here, and that's how the brackets are. They're too far forward, so they look like they flush, but the hole on the back is lined up with the screw, which is actually holding the the piece that attaches to the hinge. So for me to put the screws in to connect it to the base would mean I'd have to shunt it forward. No, sorry. To connect it with the base, it would have to be shunted back. Ooh. Which then does this. And you don't want a toilet seat where when you sit down, you can, oh my gosh, see, it's just crazy. It's all over the place. So, yeah, if you see what I'm saying, that if I shunt it to be where it's supposed to be, then you can see the holes, and there's no way that the screw's gonna, it will, for me to put it in the right place, it will be back like this, which is really not the look I'm going for. I want it to be nice and flush. So I'm going to try, well, not try, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna have to fix this. So let me just adjust the camera angle so you can see me too. Not that you really want to see me, but you know, just to make it a bit more interesting, so you're not just looking at the floor. So yeah, I've had to, now I'm gonna have to do a job that was supposed to be done, because unfortunately with me OCD, I can't trust people to do jobs for me because they're not going to do them properly. So, right, if I put it where it's flush, nicely like that, then my issue is the bracket at the back is not going to sit for that to stay flush. Oh, so I think the trick is somehow to turn that bracket and flip it 160. Where's the screwdriver? I happen to have one to hand. So, because the rod with the thread that attaches it is going to be sitting too far forward. So I'm thinking possibly, maybe I can get away with maybe doing a 360. Not a 360, sorry. Flipping out. I can't, whatever, you know what I mean. Oh sugar, please give me a second. Let's put this down gently because I don't want to scratch it. It's new. Okay, number one, if you have to do somebody's toilet, if you're doing it as a favour, make sure that they clean it, because the last thing you want to do, because you might have to get down there like you're under a car, like get on your back to actually access the screws, because they tie from underneath. And trust me, you want it to be nice and fresh so you don't have any distractions. Like, I'm really particular with smells and stuff, so yeah. What the heck is going on here? Why is that not sitting? Okay, make sure that's attached. I'm just trying a theory that if I do it the other way around, so the plates are sitting outward. Oh, that actually looks better, because it's like nice and polished. It's going to be shiny on display, and then I'll be able to, yeah, now we're talking. That just makes so much sense. Look, let me show you, because those plate pieces are polished, so it's actually okay to have them on display because they're not an eyesore. Okay, now we've got to somehow attach it. excuse all the moving around because I have one of those, I do have one of those motion camera tripod things, but I've only just purchased it, so in time I'll hook it up and it'll look like I got a professional cameraman. So, okay, with the toilet, you get these pieces with it. That's for the yeah, that's for the underneath. I think it goes that way. And we've got these rods that they don't have a screw head on them, they're just endless, but the thread goes all the way from one end to the other. So I guess it could matter what way you put it, because it depends on which way the thread spins. But you have this screw bit, so it will attach like so, and then you tighten it and you keep tightening it and spinning. Well, obviously if it's attached, then this will be the bit that you'll be spinning until it goes all the way and connects and clamps the back of those lovely plates to fix it nicely to the actual toilet basin. I don't know if that's what they call them. And then you've got this bit that would go underneath the plate on the top of the toilet, which is not really grippy. It's like some cheap rubbish plastic. It's not grippy, so that's why I think I'm going to have an issue where I may have to keep retightening the toilet every now and then, because it's cheap materials. It's really not good. They do say you get what you pay for, so it is what it is. Right, so we've got one for the left and one for the right. Okay, so this one goes on the top underneath that cap, that lovely shiny silver cap. So let me move this forward. So these pieces, these flat kind of pieces with a hole, because look, I'll show you, they match up with the one that attaches, the first one, look, there's 1, 2, 3. The first one attaches to this that goes on the hinge, and then there's 2, 3 available ones, and this has got 2 holes, so they would line up with the 2 available ones, and then you have an option to choose to put that endless rod in this either in the middle or the top, depending on where the lineup goes with the bowl, for this not to be too far back or too far forward. That's my understanding. So put these on these sheet ones on the top to line up with that, and I need to kind of envision, let's line it up and see where the rod goes, because there's no sense start screwing and it's not flush. So flush it as to how roughly I would like it, because I'm extra. Okay, because you don't want to sit down and feel any of that ceramic on your skin, because that's really going to be cold. That's why I went for a wood, because that way when you sit on it, it's warm. Well, it's going to be more warmer than, like, I don't know, I don't know if anyone ever has a metal toilet seat. I think that's a bit extreme. Let's have a look. See, like what I said, make sure the toilet's clean first. As you can see, I've had a good sprucey clean up in there. So it's nice and fresh. Right, is that the first hole or the second hole? Okay. Okay, it's the middle one. Yeah. Good practice for the core. Whew. Right, it's the middle hole we're working with. Okay, let me get the back side round. Now, it's the middle one. So, flip this around without damaging it. And we can thread in these in the middle one. And that will just help me line it up nicely. Hopefully. It's all guesswork kind of to some extent because there is no instructions. Right. Jamie's really a professional, if anyone asks. I've got credentials. And they say God loves a trier, so make sure that's as tight as possible. This is the screw that attaches the plate to that hinge. And I think that's where one of the main problems was anyway, because it was spinning like doing pirouettes like a ballerina, and that was really annoying. I'm really hoping, because the material's cheap, that it doesn't break. It just feels like if I overdo it, the whole thing's just going to shatter. But nope, seems to be. Seriously, me and mosquitoes, not friends. Okay, make sure that thread's tight. I wonder if I can. This is just like a tin opener, but it's grippy. Like, you could use, like, I guess bird beak pliers or regular grip kind of pliers, but because it's a thread and metal on metal is going to slip. That's my theory. And as well as if I do it too tight, I could possibly damage the thread. So I'm just being a little bit innovative and thinking if I use this, because it's rubber and it's made to grip tins that are hard to loosen, so that kind of makes sense not to damage the thread. So I'm going to try and see if I can use that to really tighten that thread on there. It might work, it might not work, it might be a stupid idea, but there's no harm in trying. I think it works. I just don't know how to do my hand, like I'm kind of left-handed or... That actually works, but you've got to get the grip right, otherwise it will slip. That actually works. I'm quite impressed with that, because I was a bit concerned that I don't want to damage the thread because it's not easy to replace or fix threading. There is a way where you'd have to find a nut and spin it all the way up to try and correct the damage, but if it's too severe, then I'd need to buy a new screw, which I don't want to do. Well, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'll be kind of screwed. I'll have to wait till tomorrow. But the DIY store, I don't even know if it's open on a Sunday. Anyway, where was we? So now, we got our rods in place, which will help me to feed that through. Right, I said this was the middle one, so there's the middle hole. I'm gonna put that on, and there's the second one. I'm gonna put that on. Like, I know it sounds a bit random, like fitting a toilet, but you'd think it's simple, but like I said, if it was, then I wouldn't be doing this, would I? It'd be still in place, and I wouldn't have to undo to redo the work, because the person who did it made it sound so easy, like, yes, nothing can do it. Excuse me, but I had nothing but problems since. Okay. Now the 2 holes on the back, feed that through. Excuse me, I'm not being rude to turn my back, because this is heavy and I don't want to break it or chip it. So oh, lovely. Yes. I hope. Yeah. Because if I put it too far back, I don't want it to. Yeah, if I put it too far back, it's not going to be sitting on those. You see these little notches? It will slip, and them notches will be inside of the bowl, which would kind of defeat the point of them being there. Okay, so make sure that's center, and then put on the rubber one first, I think, or this tough plastic one. I say the rubber one because it will grip, and then the plastic washer second, and then the screw to clamp it into place. So here we go. 1, 2. Yeah, that makes sense. Screw that on. My gosh, these are long. Sound effects. Neck. Get to a point of where hopefully okay. If you want to come and have a look, oh, I'll show you in a second. Right, the rubber grippy one first, then this plastic washer second on that rod, and then we'll finish it off with the actual screw to clamp it, or nut, plastic nut, to clamp it into place. Oh, come on, would you please? sound effects. I don't know why they do these rods so long. It makes me wonder if there are toilets where the porcelain or ceramic is really thick. Because then that would kind of make sense why it's so bloody long. When you're ready, love. Oh, okay, we're getting close. Getting some tension. It's like meditating at the toilet seat. Okay, let me show you where I've come to so far. I don't know if you can see, that's nicely flushed at the back where you can no longer see the holes. And underneath, like I said, it's a good thing I give it a good clean. That would just be nasty. Oh, there we go. Right. Like I said, now, let me show you so you can see better. The rubber one first. There we go. I'm just doing this to be extra. Right, that rubber seal first. The dome bit, because it was a dome shape, kind of sits in the hole like a little plug. And then the washer one, just, I guess the washer one prevents this from overly being pressed against it to the point where it splits. So this washer one sits on the top to give it a nice plate. And then you can tie this. Oh my gosh, you're going the wrong way. Okay, right, you don't want this rod to spin. So I've tried to make it as tight as possible, where hopefully it doesn't undo. Excuse. Right, that works. Let me have a butcher's, because okay. And now the other side. Oh, as you can see, I still got to finish off the bath paneling. But you know, we cool. Right. Remember the plastic squishy one sits in the hole like that. Then this plate bit sits on the top. And if I can hold that in place and screw it. Right, it makes sense just to do it softly with your fingers, because before you over tighten it, you want to make sure your toilet seat is still center as to how you'd like it. Yes, so much better. My gosh, like I could have saved so much time if I just did it myself, and I'd have the bloody cabinet up instead of having to fix the toilet. Right, I think, okay, it's a little bit dodgy. Excuse me. I want to keep the keep it central. Oh, it's a little bit stressful, not gonna lie. I can understand why people don't really want to do this. Like, for starters, you think, oh my gosh, it's a toilet seat. Okay, oh, that's good. Okay, make sure it's center, because I don't want it to move. Oh my gosh. And the last one, oh, I'm going the wrong way. It's like clockwise to take the screw off and anti-clockwise to tighten it. Keep that in place. Please don't undo. Sound effects. Yeah. I'm using all my strength. Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't really advise using a maybe it's okay just to finger tighten it because it's plastic. If you over tighten it, that'll just crack. Oh, you know what? I'm done. Whew. Look at me. Whew. Kind of busting a sweat here. Right. Here we go. Whew. Lovely. Toilet seat. Done. Let me see. Only way to find out is to actually test it. No, don't worry. We're not going to test it on camera. Let me get you over here. I need to have a butcher's. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Right. Oh, look at you. And it's not moving. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Who's the daddy? Okay. Not being like sexist or anything, but oh my gosh, so much better. Boom. Thank you very much again. So yeah, it seems simple. It's a little bit fiddly, not gonna lie, but why pay someone when you can do the job yourself? Okay, so simples, and yeah, I'm actually really pleased with that. That is so much nicer than it was before. And the brackets, the plates that they had hidden under the seat are now on display, and they look lovely and bling bling. And yes, those little seat feet are actually sitting on the frame, so if anybody has a bit of weight on them, it's not going to upset anybody, and I won't have to be asking if anyone's okay if I hear it, like, because I won't be hearing no crash bang as such. So yeah, and if we look at it from the front, okay, you see, looks lovely, like it's all even Stevens, and yeah, very happy with that. Thank you very much. And now I'm gonna go put the bath panel back on and try and get back on course as to what I was meant to do, which was a little cabinet. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are interested in any of this DIY stuff, but I think for anyone in these times, it's good to learn a little skill or two and be capable of doing things yourself, because, you know, I'm not having no one charge me a tenner to put a toilet seat on. And if you're going to put on a toilet seat, you know how to do it properly. Because like I said, I had someone do it and they didn't do it properly. And now it looks lovely and it goes nice with the radiator because it's the same pattern and it looks so beautiful. So that's my remote. And thank you again. Whew. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.